Level 1, the peasant son. You are born September 9th, 214 AD, in a small Roman provincial town somewhere along the lower Danube, most likely Sirmium in modern Serbia. Your father is a tenant farmer on a senatorial estate. Your mother, by some accounts, is a priestess of the sun god Sol. You will remember this all your life. You enlist in the legions as a teenager because there is no other way for a peasant boy in your part of the empire to rise. The 3rd century has begun. The empire is already cracking. Inflation is shredding the silver coinage. Generals are murdering generals for the purple. Emperors last weeks. The Persian Sasanian Empire to the east has captured a sitting Roman emperor, Valerian, and used him as a footstool to mount his horse. The frontiers are leaking everywhere. Rome is approximately 50 years into the worst century of its existence. Level 2, the hand. You earn your first reputation in the field around the Danube. The soldiers nickname you Aurelianus Manu ad Ferrum, Aurelian hand on hilt. The joke is that your hand is always on your sword. The joke is also that the sword is rarely sheathed. You are promoted up the ranks faster than men of much higher birth, because in this century the only thing that wins promotion is military success, and the empire has run out of patience for senatorial sons who lose battles. You command auxiliary cavalry. You command a legion. You lead night raids across the Danube against Goths. You become useful in a way the peacetime army has forgotten how to value. Level 3, the cavalry. You are about 50. The Emperor Gallienus is restructuring the Roman army around mobile cavalry units stationed at strategic interior points instead of fixed legions on the frontier. The frontiers are too long to defend everywhere. You command one of these new cavalry corps. You become indispensable to Gallienus. Then a coalition of his own officers murders Gallienus during the siege of Milan in 268. The next emperor, Claudius II, takes the throne. He uses you to defeat the Gothic invasion of the Balkans at the Battle of Nisus in 268, where 50,000 Goths are killed. Level 4, the throne. You are 56. Late 270 AD. Claudius II dies of plague after only 2 years in office during the campaign in the Balkans. The army is in chaos. Claudius's brother Quintillus is acclaimed emperor by the Senate in Rome. The actual soldiers in the field acclaim you instead. Quintillus rules for a few weeks before being abandoned by his troops and committing suicide in his bath. You enter the imperial purple in September 270 with the support of every active legion. You inherit an empire that no longer functions as a single state. Level 5, the impossible map. You are 56. The empire you have just been handed has fragmented into 3 separate empires that all currently call themselves Rome. Western Gaul, Britannia, and Hispania broke off 10 years ago in 260 AD and now form the Gallic Empire under their own emperor, Tetricus I. The eastern provinces, Egypt, Syria, Anatolia, are controlled by Palmyra under Queen Zenobia, who has just had her young son Vabalithus declared Augustus, claiming co-emperorship of Rome itself. Italy is being raided by Germanic tribes the legions have not had time to push back. The Goths still threaten the Balkans. The Alemanni are crossing the Alps. The currency has lost 95% of its silver content. The plague that killed Claudius is still moving through the army. You have one job: put the empire back together. You have approximately 5 years before someone in your own court will try to kill you. Level 6, the walls. You are 57. You are still inside Italy when a confederation of Germanic tribes called the Euthungi crosses the Alps and defeats your army at Placentia in northern Italy in early 271. You almost lose Rome itself. Riots break out in the city. You regroup. You destroy the Euthungi at the Metaurus River and again at Pavia. You ride into Rome. The first thing you do, before any campaign in any direction, is order the construction of new walls around the city. The original Servian wall is 700 years old and was designed for a city a fraction of Rome's current size. Rome has not needed walls in centuries because Rome has never expected to be reached. You order new walls 12 miles long, 25 feet tall, with 380 towers. They take 5 years to build. Your soldiers will not break ground in any direction until those walls are up. The walls of Aurelian still stand today. Tourists in Rome walk past them without noticing. Level 7, Palmyra. You are 58. 272 AD. You march east. Zenobia's forces meet you near Antioch under her general Zabdas. You crush them. They retreat to Emesa, modern Homs. You crush them again. Zenobia herself flees to Palmyra, the desert capital, an oasis city protected by hundreds of miles of waterless terrain. You besiege it. Your supply lines stretch across the desert. The Sasanian Persians choose this moment to remain quiet. The city falls. Zenobia tries to escape east on a camel, hoping to reach Persia. You catch her at the Euphrates. You take her alive. You allow Palmyra to keep its old privileges, which is a reasonable concession because the city was the largest trading hub in the Eastern Empire. You turn west. While you are still en route, Palmyra revolts. You turn the army around. You return. You destroy the city. You raise it. You do not raise Antioch or Emesa, which surrendered politically and accepted Roman authority. You raise Palmyra, which broke its second oath. The lesson is sharp. The eastern provinces stay loyal afterward. Level 8, the Gallic Empire. You are 60, 274 AD. You march west to deal with the Third Rome, the breakaway Gallic Empire under Tetricus I. Tetricus has been emperor for years, but barely controls his own troops. He sends you a secret letter before the battle. Please defeat me, and please do it cleanly. You meet him at the Battle of Chalons. His troops fight. He stands among them, but does not. You break the line. He survives. You spare him. You take both Tetricus and Zenobia alive and walk them in chains through Rome at your triumph in the autumn of 274. After the parade, you make Tetricus a Roman provincial governor in southern Italy. You give Zenobia an estate in Tibur near Rome. They both die quietly in retirement. You have a thing for symbolism more than vengeance. Level 9, the religion. You are 60 to 61. With the empire reunited, you turn to internal reforms. You restructure the coinage, reintroducing actual silver content. You crack down on corruption in the imperial mint. You reorganize provincial taxation. You institute a centralized food distribution system in Rome. You officially elevate the cult of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun, to a position of state importance. You are not the emperor who imposes Christianity, but you are the emperor who first elevates a single deity to imperial primacy. Constantine will follow your model 50 years later, just with a different god. The Senate, watching you put the empire back together with stunned disbelief, gives you the title Restitutor Orbis, restorer of the world. You wear it. You earn it. Level 10, the title. You are 60. You are 5 years into your reign. You have reconquered the Eastern Empire. You have reconquered the Western Empire. You have built the walls of Rome. You have repaired the coinage. You have begun to reform the army. You have crushed the Carpi, the Vandals, the Alemanni, the Euthungi, the Marcomanni. Now you are about to march east to attack the Sassanid Persian Empire. They have been raiding Roman territory for 50 years. They humiliated Valerian. You are ending it. You assemble a large army at the Bosporus. You march toward Byzantium. Level 11, the clerk. You are 60. September 275. Your private secretary, a man named Eros, has been caught in some petty corruption. He has stolen from the treasury or possibly accepted bribes for access to you. He fears you will execute him. You probably would have. Instead of waiting for the punishment, he forges a list. The list bears your handwriting and contains the names of senior officers you have allegedly ordered killed. He shows the list to those officers in the camp at Sinofrurium, on the road to Byzantium. The officers, panicking, decide to strike first rather than wait to be killed. They surround your tent on the road. They stab you to death. You die in your own tent at the hands of men you have commanded for years, on the eve of the campaign that would have given Rome a permanent Eastern peace. Eros is found out within days. He is executed by the surviving officers when the forgery is discovered. Your funeral is attended by representatives of every reunited province. The Persian campaign collapses. The eastern frontier remains a problem for another 250 years. The succession is chaotic. Tacitus becomes emperor briefly, then dies. Probus follows, then Carus, then Diocletian, who finally stabilizes the empire in 284 by formalizing the very reforms you had begun. The empire holds together for another century after your reign because of the foundations you laid. You ruled 5 years. You found Rome split into 3 empires and left it whole. You found the army a wreck and left it the most disciplined force in the world. You found the emperor's life expectancy under 2 years. You died because a thieving secretary wrote a forged list. And that's the royal telling.